Growing up, I used to spend most of my free time building reaction schemes of drug molecules in my notebook. When I joined the university, I realized that most of my energy is going into something that already exists, and I began to wonder if the drugs are already out there, why are they still unsuccessful to do their jobs? Today, I'm here to share with you some of the ideas and concepts on why drugs fail rate is so high and what we can do to prevent it. I chose Indian classical dance as a tool to expand the reach of these ideas that are otherwise buried inside scientific labs. I was 5 when my mom decided to channel my high energy into something useful. She introduced me to the world of Indian classical dance form named Bharatanatyam. The word Bharatanatyam commutes a dance that harmoniously expresses bhava, emotions, raga, melody, and thala, rhythm. Today, I'm here to communicate the science I'm very passionate about through hand gestures and subtle expressions along with actual words. As of today, it costs an average of 2 to 3 billion US dollars and about 12 years to develop one new drug. Only 1 in 5,000 of the new drugs actually make it into the market. There are a couple of challenges here. 1. Drugs affect healthy cells instead of disease cells, leading to severe side effects. Our own body's defense mechanism look at the drug more as an enemy than as a friend. What the immune system does is to remove the drug before it actually does good. The problem here is not that the drugs we have lack the potential in treating the disease, but rather it is that they lack the intelligence to do their job. Drugs simply don't know where to go and when to act. Just like a new visitor in the city trying to reach a destination without Google Maps. What if instead of making new drugs, we focus our energy on making the existing drugs intelligent? The answer to this big problem lies in something very small, nanomedicine. Nanoscale to our eye is very small, but for a drug, it is the size of a football stadium. At nanoscale, molecules can come together spontaneously to minimize their energy and build structures which we call as nanoparticles. For example, think about how the bases in DNA come together to form a double helical structure which stores the entire genetic information. These nanoparticles can accommodate drugs and act as transport vehicles for drugs inside the human body. Because these nanoparticles are formed by weak physical interactions, they're very sensitive to the environment around them. When the environment changes, their structure changes, and according to the rules of human biology, when the structure changes, the behavior also changes. Nanoparticles are smart enough to realize the environmental differences between a healthy and the diseased cell. Therefore, they tend to preferentially carry drugs to a diseased cell and avoid a healthy cell. This way, we are letting the drugs decide where to go. Structures formed by nanoparticles resembles water very closely. This makes it hard for the immune system to recognize them as an enemy. Now, nanoparticles reach the disease site, but how do they know when to release the drug? To release the drug, nanoparticles should break. This requires energy which can be supplied by shining light locally at the disease site. Because the nanoparticles are sensitive to light, they can be tracked inside the human body like a GPS. Well, making drugs intelligent is not going to solve everything. Human biology is more complicated than that. There are still challenges related to clinical translation and scalability of nanoparticles. I would like to leave you with one key takeaway message that by teaching old drugs new tricks, not only are we saving the resources, both the time and the money spent in getting the new drugs out, but we are also honoring the brilliant minds behind some of the biggest scientific discoveries that humans went through over the past several centuries. Future is still hopeful. Thank you.